No sound? Oh, oh. Oh. I love that song. That song is fantastic. Okay, so let's chant a little bit here. Thank you for coming, everybody. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Oh my Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna. Oh my Lord Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Oh my Lord Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada. Shri Advaita Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Shri Advaita Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Advaita Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Advaita Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Advaita Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Nityananda, Nityananda, Gaurachandra, Gaurachandra, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gaurachandra, Gaurachandra. Nityananda, 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 Gaurachandra, Gaurachandra. Gaurachandra, Gaurachandra, Gaurachandra. Gaurachandra, 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 Gaurachandra. Gaurachandra, Gaurachandra, Gaurachandra. Gaurachandra, Gaurachandra, Gaurachandra. Gaurachandra, 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 Gaurachandra. Gaurachandra, Gaurachandra, Gaurachandra. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Yes, this is Bhagavad Gita. Hare Krishna. See, chapter 9. What's the other one here? Chapter 9, most confidential knowledge. Okay, so The Supreme Lord, Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "My dear Arjuna, because you are never envious of me, I shall impart to you this most confidential knowledge and realization, knowing which you shall be relieved of the miseries of material existence." The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "My dear Arjuna, because you are never envious of me, I shall impart to you this most confidential knowledge and realization." Yeah, that's why in some lifetime, in this lifetime, yeah, I just living, my standard of living is going up. I like the colors. So somebody asked today, I think it was Shama Sundari, is are the devotees getting purified? And Krishna Das, who wrote that, sung that great nice song Hare Krishna Maha Mantra a lot, are they getting purified? And yeah, and Lalita said, yes, a little bit, and that's what it is. It's just a little bit. Well, it's profound actually. It's very profound because it's all leading to following the process completely and precisely. It's all leading there, because yeah, if you notice, like, let's take Krishna Das, he sings really nice, and they have a nice band behind them and nice sound effects like this, and stuff like that, and so he's been chanting for years, since the 70s or something, and I look at him now and where he was, years ago, and there may be a little bit of progress. I don't know, that it's not profound. The same with the devotees. I mean, they're pretty much where they were. I mean, I'm looking at symptoms. What are the symptoms of some growth, some spiritual development? And I see it's just a little bit. But where is it all going? See, it's going into the full process. It's going into Bhakti Lata Bij. Most devotees, as far as I can see, have seen, and Krishna Das included, don't have this Bhakti Lata Bij. It's very rare. It's very specific. See, this Bhakti Lata Bij makes you very attracted to Krishna, very attracted to the name, to the point of tears. That's what the Lord came here to give. Well, it actually started with Madhavendra Puri. He had this special devotion, very special. It was in this Vrindavan mood. When he would chant Hare Krishna, it was just like the persons in Vrindavan 5,000 years before that who were chanting Hare Krishna, or were actually seeing Krishna and relating to Krishna, associating with Krishna in the body, and they were having these ecstatic symptoms like Madhavendra Puri was having chanting the holy name. See, that's Bhakti Lata Bij. That's attraction to Krishna Vrindavan. Is very, very deep, very, very confidential. But most devotees don't have that yet. See, well, Prabhupada had it, and he's like cultivating the garden. It's got to start somewhere. So they give the mantra out, Harinam. People are chanting it, and they're chanting and chanting and still chanting. Some people leave it. A lot of people have left chanting because it's got to be progressive ultimately. Otherwise, it's hard. It takes, you're doing it. You're not getting much real taste. A lot of people went to Jesus because there's some kind of bhakti line. There's a Holy Spirit line. If you're lucky, you get involved with some people that are a little spirit filled, and you get an experience. A lot of Vaishnavas, I've been around. I've seen this. I've talked to devotees. I've talked to them, the ones who went to Jesus. I've talked to those who went to the Mayavadis. They're devotees. I was in South India doing bhakti satsangs in Tiruvilmalai, where all these Mayavadis are. And ex-Vaishnavas were coming and said, well, we just couldn't take it any longer, having this dry taste going to the Gaudiya Math and Gaudiya Smitis. We had to get some taste, and they got a more taste in the Mayavadi thing. It's not enough taste for some people, just the rule, the taste for rules and regulations and ceremonies. It's got to have some kind of progress. See? Progress is into Bhakti Lata Bees, because once you get the taste, then you're really hooked. And then you, like, I've left before because I needed to learn, and I was, I'm trying to make my way through this Maya with not even one friggin' role model that I could say had Bhakti Lata Bees taste. I'm trying to figure it out, but once it's figured out, it's very clear, like, hey man, this is Bhakti Lata Bija. I don't care that millions of Vaishnavas don't understand it now. I don't care that millions of, too bad for you. I'm here to promote it on the order of Prabhupada and the direct blessings of Krishna. I can't help it you don't understand gold from fool's gold. I can't understand you don't know what is a bona fide spiritual master and one that isn't. That's your problem, man. Keep chanting Hare Krishna. Keep following the false spiritual masters that don't have Bhakti Lata Bija. They're also like you, trying to figure it out. I figured it out, man. We're out making prototypes now. There's so many here that know what Bhakti Lata Bija is and getting very clear about it and very happy with it and being with it. They find, man, this is shelter, this is ecstasy, this is true happiness, this is profound, this is real knowledge, this is real true love, this is true protection, this is everything I've been looking for in millions of incarnations. Why would anybody with a right mind leave something like this? Yeah, so you look at Krishna Das and the devotees, keep chanting. And when it gets thick, the mercy gets thick, you'll meet a bona fide spiritual master. And if you're lucky, you'll do it in this life. Otherwise, who knows how long you'll have to wait? I don't know. It was 550 years before this opportunity came again. This opportunity wasn't with Prabhupada. It wasn't with Bhaktisiddhanta. It was not with Bhakti Vinod. You're more lucky than them, than anybody that came to meet them. You think you were lucky meeting Prabhupada. You're more lucky coming here. This is one thing the Prabhupada disciples haven't gotten. Mahavirya left here. Meena left here. They don't know they're more lucky being here because Prabhupada didn't give them this. They still don't got this, but they're getting it now on the order of Prabhupada to this Gaur Das in 1996. And not to give respect to that, the Lord just, you don't realize that? Okay, get out of here. Go out there and preach your Vaidhi stuff. Stay a Vaidhi, die a Vaidhi. And then you'll lament that with the opportunity you missed. This is the whole problem. They think, oh, Gaur, well, why should we be with Gaur? We got Narayan Raj. He didn't give you this. Oh, we had Prabhupada. He didn't give you this. There's no opportunity. You never heard this. Narayan Raj didn't speak like this. He didn't speak about the mercy of the Lord and distribute the mercy of Lord Caitanya. Don't be glorifying all these other things. This is, you should say, hey, thank you, Narayan Raj, for bringing me here. Thank you, Prabhupada, for bringing me here. Because you didn't get this. You all know this. It's progressive. This is why Prabhupada said you respect somebody who's gotten the mercy of a real bona fide guru like Prabhupada almost as much as you respect your guru if that happened to be Prabhupada. If you don't do that, you miss the boat like his godbrothers missed the boat. And then after Prabhupada leaves, they go promoting those who still missed the boat. And unless you some of the godbrothers got the mercy of Prabhupada. I saw some of they figured it out. How much? I'm not sure, but they got something. Do you think our previous acharyas also needed to get purified while they were acting as gurus? Because that concept is new to me. Of course. What is this? They didn't need to get purified. Look at Narottam's journey. And what it is, the main thing is they had Bhakti Lata Bij, man. Narottam had it from the beginning. Oh, so many devotees. Krishna Das Kaviraj went through a progressive thing. Look at the associates of Lord Caitanya. Look at Rupa Goswami. Look at Raghunath Das. Look at the progression they made. Of course, they started at very deep levels, but still there was a progression. We're all on that kind of thing. Whatever the bottom line is, you should ask Freddie: Is Krishna and Lord Chaitanya using Gaur Das? And if it's a yes, then stick with this. If you don't get it, then go do something else. You figure out like, okay, is Krishna behind Lord Chaitanya, Gaur Das? Is this really working? You're getting what you didn't get with these devotees because the Lord is progressive. This is 2022. Many things we're talking about weren't discussed to this extent, but is now because the mercy of the Lord is really here. Yeah. So people need to understand these kinds of things if they want to. You can. People are still trying to cultivate, like Krishna Das Kaviraj and the devotees. They're trying to get the mercy thicker by their whatever they're chanting and all this, the name, and ultimately the fructification is you come in the real line. See, like for example, Krishna Das, he's in the line of Neem Kurli Baba, who was kind of a mixed Mayavadi. I mean, it was powerful, man. There are many stories about miracles he did and stuff like this. It was powerful Mayavadi, but if you look at the philosophy, it was more or less Mayavadi type stuff. Yeah, there's no other guru after that. He has no other shiksha that I know of. And it's more of it's a mixed thing. It's like Christians, they mix their belief in Jesus with making money and all this stuff, and then it becomes a heavy money trip. I mean, him Krishnadas going around with a band. I mean, it's more like, okay, he chants nice, and it's got the nice sound effects and everything. But how much bhakti how many tears have you ever seen in Krishnadas' eyes? I've never even seen one. Maybe he has, I don't know, but I didn't see anything. Nothing extraordinary. If you listen to him 20 years ago and you listen to him now, there's not much progress. If you listen to the devotees chanting on the streets in general and what they did 30 years ago, 40 years ago, 50 years ago, there's nothing much change. But look at the devotees here. You see big changes, don't you? That should tell people, where the Lord is really working in Bhakti Lata Bij, the real seed of devotion, where it's really growing, because that was what was kind of stuff that was happening 550 years ago. And it's happening again now. Where do you see such changes in devotees? Come on, you could look at their videos from a year ago or 2 years ago and see how much amazing progress they've made. Yeah. So basically, that's it. It's all leading to get in the real line and to be like this here. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "My dear Arjuna, because you are never envious of me, I shall impart to you this most confidential knowledge and realization, knowing which you shall be relieved of the miseries of material existence." See, so if do you see where it's leading? Many devotees aren't relieved fully of the miseries of material existence. Their gurus are also still impinged by the miseries of material existence. See? But many of them still have envy and jealousy, and say Krishnadas Kabira, Krishnadas, that singer, or anybody else chanting in the New Age. Many of them may still have envy because they won't come and listen. If they come listen here, they get envious. But we even have people coming here that are still envious. We got the devotees, and as they're getting purification, they become demoniac a bit. They start. I hear stories, about these people coming, and they're not submissive yet, and the demons come out of them. They become very mean and aggressive because they're still working on getting exercised of all this garbage in there, these envies and jealousies and misunderstandings, just so that bhakti seed can go in. How do you know people got bhakti lata bij? They're in a submissive mood to hearing, like Arjuna was. And because you're not in, I could say the same thing Krishna did, because Krishna was acting as guru for Arjuna. I'm acting as guru for those who are coming here. I know where you're at. I can see how your symptoms. If I see people coming here in a submissive mood, you can see Bhakti Lata Bij is going in them. That's why you see Shama Guri is ecstatic, Shama Sundari has ecstasy, Lalita Ganga has ecstasy, Johan has ecstasy, Janaki and Govinda and on and River, because they have a submissive mood like Arjuna. And if you're not at that stage, other stuff will come out. I want to challenge, go hard, stuff like that. That ain't Bhakti Lata Bij. There's no room yet for the seed. You got to push out that garbage first, right? Coming out, these persons. See, and then when it goes in, see, you persons out there are the witness program. You are the role models and examples. I have devotees, they want to talk to me directly. Like one guy says, I want to talk to you, and I'm saying, no, okay, better for you. You want to talk to me directly? It won't turn out well for you, because you need to come up through the ranks. You should be talking to my disciples and figure out how to approach here. Because if you come here just to be my friend and not go through purification, not become a real disciple, I don't want to deal with you. Just like I told that Maria, you go out, hey, you're a nice person, you're on your path, you believe in it and all that, but you're not submissive and you're not a disciple. Therefore, you go do your own thing. No problem, man. You go your own way. I'm here to teach real bhakti, man. You're not a candidate. The best thing for you is, if you're lucky, if Lalita and Evo or whoever else is dealing with you, teaching you how to approach this path. And until you get sick, that your new age angels and stuff can't do much for you, like when I met you, didn't do diddly squat anymore. She's ready to go throw her body in the ocean, man, and to the sharks. And all of a sudden I come in here. So anyway, it's a lesson for you. You're lucky. Otherwise, hey, man, you're a good person and all that, but it ain't good enough, man, to get out of this material entanglement. If you want to get out and you want to go where we are or where we are now, and that means chanting in ecstasy. That means knowing the real God and no angels and God knows who else is imitating whatever they're doing is going to do it. Didn't do it before and won't do it now. That's just the facts of life, man. Ultimately, you need to know. So you are the mercy for these people, because you're an examples of getting Bhakti Lata Bij. You are examples of approaching properly, got purified enough to where you accept, a real guru, and the proof that the Lord is behind this preaching is you got Bhakti Lata Bij, and you got the symptoms of Bhakti Lata Bij. You cry and choke up, and your heart is melting for Krishna, man, in the way that none of these devotees I've seen, none of these, not even one, that I've seen have the real Bhakti Lata. Not one. All a bunch of air they're blowing out. And it shows there's no life in the sanghas. Life is bhakti, man. There ain't any other life but this ecstatic worship, this enthusiastic worship. These tears, this is what Lord Caitanya brought, again, revived. That's my attitude with people. I always want to be friends and all that stuff. No, you've got to become a real disciple. You want to learn how to do that? You go to my students. You go to my disciples. They're my friends. Lalita Ganga is my friend. Shama Gori is my friend. Shama Sundari is my friend. I feel friendly with them, because they approach the correct way. You got to. I'm here to teach how to get in line. But hey, you gurus out there, Radhanath, you ain't my friend. Jai Pataka, you're not my friend. You're not Prabhupada's friend either. Do whatever you think in your mind. I'm here to teach you how to be Prabhupada's friend. And you're not good with that? Oh, who are you to say that? Yeah, well, you cry in ecstasy. Let's see you laugh. Let's see you transmit this to anybody else, but you can't do it. You need shiksha, man. You need schooling. You need to go to school again. Acharya Dev, you need to re-enter the real PhD program of Chaitanya Leela teaching, and that's what we do here, right? Now it's the real PhD program, not that paper degree thing. Oh, that bullshit they teach you in school. I'll teach you how to preach to intelligent people here. So there you have it. Gohari spills all the beans. Did I make a fool out of myself there, River, as usual? I'm bad. I'm a bad boy. It's so bad. What do you got to say?
Yeah. You have to go through the process. It really. Oh, can you not hear me?
I think is it me? Yeah, it's me. Okay, just a second. I gotta. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, you have to go through the process. It really works. People are silly. People follow a process to learn something, don't they? If they want to learn something, they have to follow a certain process. This is the ultimate process for all of us. It doesn't matter where we're coming from. This is ultimate process for all of us to follow, and it works. We've been following it. We've done it. I'm a witness for following this process, and for the other devotees watching their journeys as well. Yeah, I was a bit. Because some devotees are doing that kind of blaspheming and abusing kind of stuff, because we're not falling for their stuff. So we're not falling for it, and it's causing them to get angry, and it's causing them to project out.
Look at Kamalkanta. He's getting rage. He's getting angry himself. The guy's getting pissed off.
Does he speak to you, Maharaj? Does he call you?
No, just how he writes, I can just feel it. It's just he's angry, man. Gohari, what is he doing, man?
Well, it's getting squeezed out. Squeezed out. I think some of my I don't know what the right word is. A bit when you kind of just be really nice to somebody and truthful and conclusive, and then they just come back with you with all of this stuff. That is what's meant to happen, so they can get all of this stuff out. But I was like, oh, that's a bit much.
Yeah. It's intense, some of the stuff. The demons.
Yeah. And if I didn't have this kind of stuff, sorry, Maharaj, you said.
No, you go ahead.
If I didn't have this, if I didn't have the family, if we didn't have this association, this group, this having some social activity, we're meant to really, but with spiritual beings, real spiritual beings, because then we're lifted and elevated. I feel so safe. I feel really safe. I feel really strong. I feel really rested, really at peace. It's beautiful, Maharaj. Everything that you say about these, about the Vaidis and things, and pointing out the things that their weaknesses and their obstacles, pointing out their weaknesses and obstacles. Yeah, we can point them out, then they have to choose to go through purification, to release those things. And whilst they're not going through that, they're just Gora, but they're losing out. But I know this was the right time for me. Hey, Shama, I know this was the right time for me to flipping well change, to bloody well grow up and grow. What are you doing, Yamuna? So, and being able to do that here, to truly grow under your safety, under this space that you've made for us. Wow. We're just growing. I didn't know I could do that. And you make everything.
When Lord Caitanya was here, Krishnadas Kaviraj described it. They created a society within the society, because this kind of devotion, these kinds of devotees here are so different. The ones that are being generated here, we're cultivating here, so different. And it has to be a society within the society, just like the devotees is a society within the society on that level. But this has to be, is also in a society, and it's a very attractive one. It's becoming more, as we're getting purified through all these things, it becomes more attractive, because it's the one that really grows. This is the real Krishna growing here. Otherwise, they don't have exactly the real Krishna. It doesn't grow well in that external bhakti. It's got to come to this point. Yeah, go ahead there, River. I think you're muted.
Thinking about the Vaidis and how tight they still are, and how they still refuse to, accept what you're saying, accept this vibration, accept that the Lord is actually residing here in the Sangha. And I was thinking, they've just got to come here, haven't they? They've got to come, they have to listen. What's going to give them that attraction? Is it going to be more suffering, Maharaj? They're going to have to look somewhere else where, something is different. This Sangha is different. The Lord is making new devotees are different, very, very different. And it's going to be something lifted out of all the suffering that's going off already. And they're still not coming. It doesn't seem there's been enough suffering for people.
Well, it's the thing is,
like
we're looking at our time. If you look at this time, it's like God's time is different than our time. See, so people are coming, and people are getting pure.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
See, yeah, it's just a matter of time, and time it's not like in our time they think, well, why aren't they coming? Well, they are coming. They are softening up. Everything, people are coming one by one. I have so many people coming now.
Yeah,
to me, it's so many people. I mean, usually 20, 25 people now. That's a lot of people listening, people watching replays. And they're also, they see come on, it has to make an impression. Every day we're preaching. Who's doing that? The biggest testimony is what we're doing is not only Gohari preaching, but the other devotees, what keeps them going? It should be falling apart. The Christians thought like that. The Pharisees, they thought, okay, let them do what they are doing, and if it's not ordained by God, it'll fall apart. And that's the thing, the people, they're thinking that, oh yeah, that's Sahaja, they'll fall apart. But it keeps going, it gets stronger, more people are coming. And it's what happened. When you have God on your side, and he's in charge, then it becomes a fruitful experience. I mean, we have the transcendental Lord on our side, and the backing of the parampara. So it just gets stronger. I mean, it is for me. I mean,
it is. You can see how the Lord's vibration has been building the devotees up from inside, and now we can project that, manifest that outside to share with others. Yeah, absolutely. The Lord's potency has built this great city of Vrindavan here. We're building it more of Vrindavan here, of truth. And what you say, yeah, they are coming, Maharaj. I was just thinking, You know, it's just something that came. I just there and thinking about, you know, pointing out all of these things from, but they are coming. You're right. You're right.
Yeah. Let's
One
get
by
Shama
one.
while we got Shama here, because she,
Yeah.
we have
Okay. Hey,
give
Shama.
us a word there, Shama. What's happening? Roll up your sleeves.
Hare Krishna. I'm very drunk these days, and this state feels awesome. Can you hear me?
Yeah, good. You hear me good.
Um, uh, it's it's unbelievable. Also maybe first about Krishna and then about myself. It's very different than before because before it was like what I need, how I will feel with you, how you will help me to manifest this and that. And now it's like his emanation and his presence. And from this, it's like you said, it's coming everything. It's coming everything because there is such high level of detachment, you know, you just, 1 second. Yeah, Gerna. 1 minute.
Okay. Go ahead there, Wild.
5:55. Bitte? Dankeschön. Und
Push
4,50 €. Danke. Ihnen auch.
I just wait for her. It's okay.
Oh, she's there.
So there is so such pleasurable high level of detachment. It's it's like really, really, when I'm going to the work, you know, and I listen to Lalita or you or I chant or whatever, I feel like I'm not belong to here anymore at all, you know. Like nothing can even tickle me, you know. They cannot touch me. They cannot. It's like, and it really unfolds on every area of my life. For example, to business. I don't know. Before I was thinking like I need to, you know, adjust to what market is or adjust what they can pay, blah 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 blah. And now I think like it doesn't matter. I am in Lord with Lord, you know. He's giving me the power. I need to just create my product and, you know, attract all those people, and they will pay what I want, you know, what I need. Hello. Okay, I need to do service.
Okay.
I will come back.
Okay. Okay, I'll read a verse here a little bit here. Let's see here. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "My dear Arjuna, because you are never envious of me, I shall impart to you this most confidential knowledge and realization, knowing which you shall be relieved of the miseries of material existence. This knowledge is the king of education, the most secret of secrets. It is the purest knowledge because it gives direct perception of the self by realization." So you got to get it orally. You got to get it from a spiritual master. That's why the cleansing has to happen. So there's room for the word to go in so you can get the direct perception of the self by personal realization. Kind of like what Shama's saying. She's getting that now. See, direct perception of the self by realization. That's why it takes purification. That's why Jesus said, "You are cleansed by the word I spoke to you for 3 years." See, and then there was room for that direct perception of the self. That's why Jesus also said, when he saw people enthusiastically hearing from him, he said, "Go on hearing, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth will set you free." First, the cleansing goes. All your unhappiness and miseries go from hearing that cleansing. All the demons come out. Whatever needs to be done, preliminaries, you know, all that stuff comes out, and then you hear deeply, and another level of purification, and then you get direct perception. So you see people, it's happening here. direct perception of self, you realize that Krishna is the real self. This thing I was me and I, me and mine, and it's all about me and all that stuff is all bullshit. My understanding now is it's so great. It's just oh, I want to be happy. I just stay in Krishna. Yeah, I just stay in his name. I stay in his past. I stay in his qualities. I don't need some false self. I'm related to that. We're together. That's surrender. It's both me, that my being a servant of that Lord, in my service, I exist properly. It's about being the flute and the flautist together, vibrate. You know how a flute, the sound is vibrating through the flute. The flute is vibrating and the sound are together. That's what I'm experiencing. It's wonderful. It's like just spontaneous devotional service, opening my mouth, talking about Krishna, chanting his name. It's both the flautist and the flute together, like in this symphony, going through the universe. What a rush, man. And it doesn't ever end. It's the greatest. It's like I found home. I found the truth. And this is going to go on for, it's like being a Narada Muni, man, here in this world. It's great. Narada, you really know how to live, man. And that's what we're teaching here, how to be like. That's called surrender, and it's just natural, man. You come into the society of devotees and just get purified. Oh, no, the demons will come out, get them out, push them out, man. Push them out, rah, rah, rah. Get them out, yeah. Sishkumba. Yeah, and then the Lord fills you with his transcendental presence, man. You get more and more clear about it. We got to bottle this and sell this to the whole world, man. It's great snake oil. Really, the transcendental black snake of Vrindavan comes out. Oh yeah, go ahead there, Shamasundari. You're back.
So before I was believing this, that I have to do I'm talking about my eternal problem about earning money. I was believing that I have to do on my own, and then when I will work hard enough and I will achieve something, then I will, attain the space in my life for Krishna eventually, maybe in 5 years. But right now it's changed completely. It's like surfing, he's present and he's on the first space, he gives me a power because I'm experiencing since days something very, 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 very strange. I experience the high and the purification at the same time. And it's like, you have to be very attentive. Sometimes you have to rest, because those emotions, those triggers, those addictions, I really feel like they are coming out, yes? But the Krishna is on the first place and he gives me a power. And he gives me also ideas, He gives me ideas. He makes everything easier. And it's fun. And hello. Let
I'll read a verse here until she comes back. This knowledge is the king of education. See, this is when you're ready to be, this is perfect education. You have a bona fide spiritual master. Now you really learn something of value that lasts forever. See? Forever. This knowledge is eternal. This isn't the knowledge of the world. This isn't how to survive bodily in the world. Well, that comes along with it too, which is like Shamasundari is saying. She gets ideas. Why wouldn't the Lord be, all encompassing? A relationship with the Lord. That's what Jesus was talking about, seek the kingdom of God and all else is added. Because that's what happens. All else is added. That's all chunk change. The Lord doesn't even think about it. All these things want to serve the Lord. This is liberation serves the devotees. The devotee who becomes under the shelter of the transcendental Lord, just like liberation serves the Lord himself, wants to do some service. Well, you're under the shelter of the Lord. Well, that's the same thing. Your life becomes like that. Liberation follows along. Automatically, you're liberated from your miseries and just by serving the Lord. Look at people trying to go to liberation independently. They go to Eckhart Tolle. Okay, I'm going to get liberated. See, they don't know about devotional service, do they? They don't know that this is a deeper, more easy, more profound, more workable, more functional principle. Engage in devotional service in the proper way, and liberation comes automatically. What do they do instead? Like Eckhart, well, you got to meditate on the now, and then you got to just constantly be now, and you're just working at it every second of the day. You got to try to be here now so you can be in a liberated condition, which you really can't anyway, doing that because you're still being here now with mundane objects and things of the world. See, it doesn't work well. And it's everything is difficult. See, and that goes for the Vaishnavas. They're going to gurus who haven't realized Krishna properly and perfectly. And therefore, their lives are still more difficult, still bewilderment, unclarity. Their gurus are unclear still. They don't get the result very quickly. But when you meet a bona fide spiritual master, it's just like Arjuna met Krishna. See, now you get the king of education. Ask yourselves, are you getting the king of education there, Shama Sundari? Is this a king? Is this king, huh? See, the verse and the experience is the same. That's when you know you're in the right zone. That's when you know in the goal zone. See, the education you get is just like what Arjuna got. What else is there? The qualities of that path. Let's see. The secret of all secrets. Is this a secret there? Could your previous guru tell you these secrets like this? Anybody? Any teacher? Could Tony Robbins tell you the secret of secrets? Or just how to make a lot of money in business and maybe overcome your fears somewhat? It doesn't work very well. Very hard, temporary stuff. Everybody's temporary stuff. See, this is the secret of all secrets, is the essence of truth, only known to devotees. Only with devotion is the supreme potency of the Lord. And you know what Mayavadi say? It's not true. Knowledge is more important. Devotion is lesser. That's like politicians, they tell you the wrong thing as the right thing. Because everybody's bewildered. Even these Mayavadis, they're not clear. They only have partial truth. No, bhakti is supreme of all. It's even more logical. Look at this. With bhakti comes automatically the essence of knowledge, the essence of who God is, the essence of who the absolute truth is. The essence of what real purification is, the essence of clarity, the essence of logic. You give me a Mayavadi here, and I'll convince them if they're really open to learning and don't think they know all about self-realization. That's always about, there got to be some room for this deeper word. Same thing, bring me a Vaidhi Bhakti if they're open, little bit open, like Shama Sundari was, and there's room for the word. And then it goes to work. See? Now, this is the king of education, the essence of all knowledge, the secret of secrets. That's what we do. That's how we roll down the road of this world here. That's why Prabhupada said that Chaitanya Charitamrita is the postgraduate study of Krishna consciousness, and that's exactly what we're teaching That is the essence of spiritual truth. That is the king of the king of the king of educations. And we're all getting that here. This ain't no just ordinary Bhagavad Gita course. Bhagavad Gita is not ordinary anyway. You know, look at this higher. When you relate this to Lord Caitanya's teachings and mission and understanding, oh, it's fabulous. It's the purest knowledge, man. Can you imagine? Everybody else has a lot of people put they say knowledge is power. You heard that? Yeah, look at the knowledge that Bill Gates has. Knowledge is power. It gives him some kind of power, right, over people. But is it corrupted power? Is it good, clean energy? How about Carl Schwab? He has higher knowledge than the masses. Is it clean energy? Is it full of truth, or is it full of deceptions and lies and all that stuff? It's corrupted knowledge, isn't it? It's not the purest knowledge. See, this knowledge is pure. How do you know? Well, God, man, it's a win-win for people. It's not win-lose. It's not the mightiest or the strongest and survive kind of stuff. Isn't that what we're doing? We've tricked you to take your little injections and to do what we say and everything to depopulate you. Is that knowledge? Is that clean knowledge? Is that pure? See? No, this real Bhagavad Gita, the real line, see, coming with hearts that have been purified by this ecstatic love. See, to those whose hearts are pure, they can understand Srimad Bhagavatam, the essence. Blessed are the pure in heart, Jesus said, right? Because they shall see God. And that's how you get purified, man. You see the name. And you can only see the name when you can feel the name. When love awakens in your heart, now you're seeing the name, the beauty of the name. You think it's some beautiful picture you see of Krishna? That's Krishna? That's what devotees think. Oh, you see how beautiful Krishna is? Look how beautiful the deity. Are you really seeing the deity? No, until devotion awakens, you're not seeing the deity yet. See? When love awakens in your heart, now you got some butter on the bread of life, the truth, right? Butter on that name. Heavily buttered, lots of ghee, but better than, well, actually I like butter. I like a little impurity in the butter. Makes it tasty. Ghee is kind of bland, you know. You don't hear that Krishna's stealing ghee, right? He steals butter. He likes a little of that. I also like a little impurity in that. Gives a little spice, a little taste. That's why I like preaching. I like dealing with people. You got a little poison in there. Get a little Shiva. And the real guru has got a little Shiva in them. They like a little bit of poison. It's good for the preaching. Come on, man. You know, I use it all the time. Man. I go jump in pots of poison all the time, man. But come out like ghee. How do you think
Guru
I made
Maharaj,
it through this? You go ahead.
sometimes when I'm listening to you and the stuff which are coming out, or my experience with Krishna, you know, every day, when I want to share them and express them, for material ears, they will sound naughty, you know, but I don't give a fuck anymore. It's like today morning, I'm laying down in my bed and in me, you know, in my chest, in my head, in my brain, it's like, Krishna, like with lover, you know, and it's like takes like 2 hours, you know, and I couldn't also sleep till 2 a.m., then I couldn't sleep till 6 a.m., so I slept only 4 hours, but I accepted completely, and it was like Krishna, and then I felt like love, orgasm, purification, acceptance, sin, everything, you know, and it's like a way, this his masculine, you know, awakes in me my female, it's Radharani, Krishna, this is such a party. Yeah. And how can I share differently something like this? It happened like this. I was in my bed, the Maha Mantra was happening in me, and I felt this much beautiful feelings than anybody can give me.
Yeah, that's God.
Yeah, but I can imagine that when somebody has no this experience and listen with material ears, of course it's crazy and it's dirty then.
Yeah, well, you found the good garden to plant yourself in. Isn't it nice how this works so good, even by computer? You know, working. What a great way. You know how many people can be liberated like this? You know, we're just the beginning. You know, people can come here. You know, usually you think you got to go to a temple, you got to go to these gurus, you got to, you got to do all this work. You know, here all I have to do is come and sit, hang out in Sadhu Sangha, talk to the devotees, make friends in this society, become part of this society. You know, then you're just like it was 500. This is a repeat of 550. Whoever becomes part of this society, it's just like becoming part of the society 550 years ago. This is your second chance, my friends. You know, it's like in Bitcoin. You know, Bitcoin, the people that have been around the cycles, if they want, oh, I wish we could have got in before. And then it's another cycle again comes, and they get another chance. This is about the third chance in Bitcoin to get in again, you know? And so this is the way it is in spiritual life. But sometimes, you know, you had to wait 550 years before this chance. See, because we're teaching postgraduate. See? So this is a very special chance to get in on this, because you don't know, the next cycle might be another 500 years from now. If there is, who knows what the world is going now and the way it is? Who knows? But now it's here. See? So we're in this cycle. We're cultivating. See, we're doing our investing. You see, this is investing. This is the way it is. It's a transcendental investment of our time. Could you imagine there, River, if you didn't invest your time this way? Where would you be? Look at you getting dividends already on your investment. Look at Shama Sundari, dividends on her investment. You know, you guys are getting wealthy, man. You found the greatest wealth, man. Even if you didn't make another dollar, you know, for your whole life, you'll feel wealthy. You'll think, oh, let me be a beggar on the street. You know, just let me carry my little machine with me, you know, do my dialyzing on the street, and I'm okay. Because I'm wealthy. Hey, that's what I feel. You know, this is all gravy for me. Oh, I'm still living. This is amazing. You know, I haven't had a regular job since a long time, man. The only time I went to, when I gave up Krishna, then I had to go to work again. I lost all my realization and all this stuff, and had nothing. I lost my wealth. It just got covered over for a while. See? And then I get back with Krishna, and then, oh, okay, I need somebody like you. Then, you know, I need an ecstatic dude, you know, to promote something. You know? And because you got to work in this world, otherwise you'll be on the street, man. You got to do something. You know? And this is the great. I mean, I feel really lucky to be able to promote the king of all educations. Could you imagine? My God, I feel in a more prestigious position than the greatest professor at Harvard. Isn't that amazing, there, River? You know, Go Haridas. He's in a more prestigious position than the professor at Harvard. Gaur Das gets a position even better than Donald Trump. Can you imagine? Nobody's bowing down to Donald Trump, but they are to Gaur Das. Amazing. He doesn't get a title like, Bhaktivedanta. He's just Donald Trump. Yeah. All he has is a lot of not very bright followers who think he's not part of they think he's their savior. That's not very smart. We only get the fewer right now because it takes a while to get real intelligence. Same thing like with the Bitcoin. People coming back with Bitcoin because people they don't understand its value. It's amazing because I've been studying this. I think, wow, man, this is great. This is great money, man. The banks can't touch it. The banks can't tell you can't do this, you can't do that. You do what you want. You're the bank. I can't believe people aren't figuring it out. But they're slow. Usually people are slow. And no, I don't know. Just let give me the CBDC where they program your money. That's what's coming. Program your money, and then Anyway, that's Krishna consciousness too. This is. Can you imagine? Our sangha is so fantastic, giving so much wealth of the absolute truth. You think Bitcoin or some money is wealth or gold or whatever it is? This is golden, man. This is worth, bhakti is worth more than all the gold in the kingdom. They did this scale thing in this movie I was watching. Was it Gopal Krishna, 1979? You can do a search on that one. Anyway, there was Rukmini. Put the Tulsi leaf with love on one side of the scale, and Balaram says, what is a Tulsi leaf given by Rukmini? I'm going to put all the gold of the kingdom, and I'll show you that weighs more than that Tulsi leaf with devotion. It didn't. It was heavier than all the gold in the kingdom to Krishna. See, it's all about people don't know. What is important to God? What is important to Krishna? That's what it's all about. People don't know. That's what Maya does. And we're here to teach people what they don't know. If they want to learn, if there's any room for the word, we'll teach you what's really important to Krishna, what's really important to the world. And then you found the real gold of life that lasts forever. And then you just stay with what's important to the Lord, right there, River. Just stay with what's important to the Lord, and everything just kind of works out nice, better than before. Easy peasy. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to try something else too that doesn't suck so much power. I can multi-stream. Ooh, boy, okay, a little bit more here. And because it gives direct perception of self by realization, it is the perfection of religion. See, what is religion? Religion is you go to the minister. Tell me what God wants. You go to the Pope. Tell me what God wants for me. You go to these gurus. Tell me what God wants for me. See? Here, you get the same thing, right? But with a little difference. We're teaching here empowerment. You come to the point like Shama Sundari was saying, she's getting realization. And River, personal realization. See, you're getting the same kind of relationship I have with the Lord. But when you go to these gurus who don't have this kind of relationship that Gaur Das has, you don't get that. You get more of the religion. Give me the good old religion, with the motivations, they still have desires for this or that. They can't help it. That's just what it is. It's called alloy devotion. The popes also, or the ministers, until they can bring you to a direct perception of the self by your realization, it's not yet fruitful. It's not perfect. You get a bona fide guru, that's what happens here. It's win-win. I already won. And I consider winning more when you get it. And you are. People are getting it. It shows that God is behind this. God is growing in you like he's growing in me. Big time. With big results. It is everlasting and it is joyfully performed. See, if you're not performing devotional service with joy, with bliss, with ecstasy, see, you haven't made it yet. You haven't even found the real path unless you at least see some of your God brothers with it. Doing devotional service with joy, ecstasy, and bliss, and ever increasing. See, everlasting. See, you notice this last. Why are we doing this every day, 365 days a year, if it's not everlasting? You notice? We just keep on going. We even show in this life it's everlasting. When are these guys going to stop? You can't even get Ram Das Vijayavasi to do one class. All he does is on that thing is they write articles and all this speculations and all this. You can't hear his voice. You can't hear the conviction or the lack of it in his voice. That's how people hide. It's in the voice, man. If you're a bona fide spiritual master and you're not speaking, what's that telling you? You don't know what real bhakti is. If any of you guys are listening that are disciples, what are you doing over there, man? You know, can you imagine? It says Ram Das Vijayavasi speaks, but you hear no speech. That's it, man. That's the world. You notice that? Isn't that what they do? Ram Das Vijayavasi speaks and you hear no speaking. PureBhakti.com, but you don't see any pure bhakti. Crying school for Krishna and no crying. Unbelievable. And people believe the bullshit. Talk about sheeple in religion. You guys are all religious persons, man, with all their motivations and all their unclarity. That's all I see, man. I don't see much difference between these politicians who are snowing everybody. They still, I hear these people that interact with people, they said, well, the sheeple is still sheeple. They still believe the bullshit of these politicians and these religious, these educators and these professors, this wokeness, all this bullshit. Mainstream media is still watching the friggin' TV. Still, after all this stuff is going down, and you wonder, is it going to happen? Of course, the masses are behind all this. The masses are giving the energy. They're the batteries for what's going on in the world. That's why unless the masses change their mind, the masses are going down with the tubes. You remember seeing the Matrix, everybody's a battery? Well, that's how they're a battery. They give their attention. They pay their attention to the politicians. They pay their attention to the shots, to the big Pfizer, right? They pay their attention to the mainstream media. Therefore, they act. Well, how do you turn that around? You pay your attention over here, and you'll understand the essence of truth. All of it. All of it. All you need to know. Surrender there. You have to surrender there so you're not a fool. Exactly. Everybody is a fool. You're a fool in religion by following religious leaders that haven't realized God or Krishna or Christ. You're a fool, and you'll remain a fool until you understand this point. If you haven't realized God, then you go to somebody who's realized God. Otherwise you remain a fool, and it doesn't count. Well, I didn't know. I didn't know I could go to these gurus in ISKCON who didn't realize God. I thought they realized God. Doesn't that count for getting God? No, you still got to follow the process. You still got to understand that you are a fool and there are fools. There's like fools leading fools. How do you get out of that fool syndrome? It's like a syndrome, a disease syndrome. How do you get out? Well, divine intervention. Well, where is that? Well, that guy Gohari Das, he's saying what shouldn't be said, at least by their standards. He's exposing all these things. He shouldn't do that. He should just let fools be led by fools. Not on my watch. If after hearing this you still say, "I don't care. I'm gonna be led by these fools," go ahead. Stay foolish, man. Stay less intelligent. I use the Bhagavatam to preach. I prove my points in the Bhagavatam. The demons who were following Shiva preached to the Brahmins and were smarter than them. They said, if you don't accept the intelligence of the Lord Shiva above the Mota Goody Two Shoes, Daksha, who was still filled with envy and jealousy and trickery and manipulations, then you become less intelligent. So don't make that mistake here. Don't accept any New Age intelligent persons here, because they're good people or they're good. Don't accept that higher than real devotee intelligence, even the one you have. If you think it's equal, oh, you are in trouble, man. You become less intelligent. Then you'll become offensive to the devotees here. Like some people say, well, I've had this. You guys, I'm here to train you guys. Here's the facts of life for those who want to hear it. Even if you don't want to hear it, you're going to hear it. Don't you be promoting people here that are like Daksha and they're good and all that, and you think they're better than maybe a devotee here that might be angry sometime or coarse or mean. If the devotee here is surrendered to the process and believes in the guru, they're 1,000 times better than a person with so-called better cultured qualities in the mode of goodness. Don't you put their ideas above that truth here, that this person is a better person because they're surrendered to Guru, Krishna, and the Vaishnavas, even though they're coarse and mean sometimes. And you know who I'm talking about. I don't need to name any names. Otherwise, you become less intelligent. You become like the Daksha class. You put the mode of goodness above those who have received the mercy of Krishna. Just like River. Sometimes she's mean, cantankerous, a bitch, but still she's got the mercy of Krishna. And you put that mercy above everything, and you're gonna have a smooth ride in this life. Otherwise, you'll get prone to bewilderment. You'll put people that are New Age or Mayavadis. Well, they got better qualities. Oh, I'm going to go against her. Oh, I'll be the friend of that person, intimate friend of that person. But River, she's mean sometimes. She's a bitch. They don't look. Look, she's an ecstatic devotee, man. Look at it. Look at how dedicated she is to Guru. Is she going to leave here? Does she leave here? She may moan and complain, criticize Gohari Das, and yell at him and all these things. But she's still here, isn't she? She's still got bhakti. She got devotion. If you look at that, you'll smooth ride all through your life here. Otherwise, it'll be bumpy. And the bumpiness will be good for you. It'll be your purification. See, we're here to learn, look at what Krishna looks at. He looks at a person's heart. We got to look at the hearts of people. I don't look at their external qualities. Well, this person's a vegetarian. This person's a vegan. Oh, well, what is their heart? Are they surrendered? No. I'm looking at that. I'm looking at her heart. Oh, she's surrendered. See, that's better association. Even though, I'm teaching what Bhaktivinoda taught. He did the same thing. What I said, he said. We all say it. It's a family secret that everybody needs to know that wants to last here. Don't think because people have good external quality, oh, we're much more cultured than River or somebody else here. Yeah, but they're dedicated, man. You know, oh, go look at Karuna. He's dedicated. They don't leave. They stick around. Little practical, functional secret. Teach you how Krishna thinks. I mean, he shows me, I got to show you, right? That's how the family will stay together. We're also still here. Oh, Freddie, I knew Freddie would have to step up here. Let's see what Freddie has to say. We are also still here and are very dedicated, and we are not mean and bitchy. Well, you're not mean and bitchy, you know, but the mean and bitchy ones don't reject you. Right? Do you reject Freddie there, River? Do you accept it? No. Yeah, you see how it works? She's in a better position than you, Freddie. Is that more logical? See, she's more free. She can associate, you know, say, oh yeah, no, I'm not need to throw him out of my heart. See, and then you have more freedom. You see, when then people, you know, and actually then they won't be mean and bitchy to you much anymore because you passed the test. You know, a lot of people just still getting tested. You know, you gotta pass the mean bitchy test. And Krishna has certain servants for that. See, got her laughing. That's Krishna laughing behind me. See, she's got more room of motion. See, she can hang out with you guys, but you can't hang out with her, you know. So she's got more freedom in that sense. So you want to be more free, well, learn what she knows. I don't reject River nor Karuna. I just take my distance and let you deal with them. Okay, whatever. You just do what you got to do. I'll keep the family together for a while till everybody gets purified enough, and it'll be like automatic. It's not easy to keep a family like this together, is it? You know, people got to get purified, man. You know. So those who are not faithful on this devotional service cannot attain me, O conqueror of enemies. See, those who are not faithful, that's why you got to stick it out. And even if you do leave, eventually you need to come back. Otherwise, you didn't make it. You know, while this is here, people have a chance to make great progress. Otherwise, you think, oh, well, I didn't. What do you mean? Left Gohari Sangha? It's like you think it's like leaving the church here, right? You know, people go from church to church, and it's okay because usually all the church members, they're not really liberated and they're not teaching on this level. But you leave here, you know what? Where are you going to find this kind of teaching? There ain't nowhere to be found, man. This is called backsliding. You leave here, you backslid. You went backwards. You went backwards to Vaidhi, and you show the example. You have Vaidhi mentality, Brahmin mentality, stuff like that. That's backsliding here. You lose your devotional qualification. So you enter back. In Vaidhi Bhaktas, they're going to take another birth. You think they perfected their Vaidhi Bhakti yet? Yeah. But I don't think so. Yeah, exactly. It's a cozy place. Warm candles here. Therefore, they return to the path of birth and death in this material world. How do you know? See, here, the devotees, their ecstasy is ongoing and deepening. But usually, I just say usually, there's a few exceptions maybe. But usually people leave here and they go back and they lose their ecstasy. They lose it and they go back into the cycle of birth and death, because this is the only way to really transcend it functionally, practically. You got to be an ecstatic devotee like Narada Muni. Do you think Narada Muni backslides and goes back into mundane or external worship of God? Or does he stay ecstatic forever in worshiping the Lord? You ask that question. Okay? And you think that you can leave here and go back into your Vaidhi Bhakti Prabhupada practices and your austerities and all that, and your dry chanting, and you're going to be eternally liberated? No way. You got to have the qualities of Narada Muni. Many Vaishnavas here have the qualities of Narada Muni. How is it? He chants the holy name in ecstasy. Many devotees are chanting the holy name in ecstasy. You made it, stay made it. We have some people like Meena. She was coming for a while, and she was getting a little ecstatic, right? She was kind of getting juicy, right? And then goes back. Anyway, hopefully she'll learn her lesson before she kicks the bucket. You're getting a little old there, lady. Don't miss this opportunity. Come on back. You got friends here. You did so much service. She helped me with the motorhome and all that stuff, man. Let's go on. Let's go all the way, man. Let's just push you right into Vrindavan where you stay in Vrindavan. That's back and forth thing. It's for everybody, My ex-wife, why don't you come back to Vrindavan? The real Vrindavan, not this old folks home you're By me, in my unmanifested form, this entire universe is pervaded. Oh, I like this. By me, in my unmanifested form, this entire universe is pervaded. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. Isn't that a great verse? See, all beings are in me, and I am not in them. Does this apply to River Yamuna? Does this apply to Bhaktatam and Shama Sundari and Lalita Ganga? Or are they one of the few that the Lord is in them? What does that mean? Well, you have to come here because nobody's ever said this that I've heard. Not even Prabhupada. This is new revelation. See? How do you know the Lord is in somebody? Oh, he can't be in anybody. You see, Bhagavad Gita says so. Oh, really? You think the Lord wants that? That we're all in him and he's not in us forever? It's almost like saying, oh, Prabhupada wanted Vaidhi Bhakti and rules and regulation, regulative devotional service forever. That's like saying that. No, look at the symptoms of where the Lord is in. See, the Lord is considering, yeah, you're all in me, but you don't know me. You don't even know you're in me. You're not very happy about it, maybe. I mean, not on the level of ecstasy. But when I'm in you, you'll appreciate all these things. You'll appreciate being in me. And I'll appreciate being in you. Hey, there he is. Yeah. See, so the Lord is in the devotees who have ecstatic bliss, and he wants that. This is where it's all leading. What you see in this Sangha is where it is all going. The Lord being in you, and you're going to love it, right, Govinda? People are going to love this. Right, River? People are going to love the Lord being in them. Now you found real home. Home is wherever the Lord is in the heart of somebody. You know, Narada Muni said, let's see, where am I going to have my residence in around some Vaishnava? My residence is around Vaishnava. See, that's the thing. My residence isn't just being in this world. I want to be around the Vaishnava. Where am I going to make, what Vaishnava am I going to make my residence today? I think I'll be around Bichi Yamuna Devi, you know. Yeah, River Yamuna, I want to hear some of their moaning and groaning, you know, and complaining. See, because she's a Vaishnava, man. She has ecstatic devotion. I think Govinda, I think we'll be around him today. And so they are, so they're here. See, this is the essence. See, this is Bhagavad Gita. Man, where are you going to hear such truth like this? This is the essence of truth. See, this is king of education. Isn't this a kingly education we're getting here? Isn't that a kingly concept, man? This concept is king, man. It's all about, getting the Lord to be inside us and not us just being in him. Because if we're just in him and that's all we see, we're oblivious. We don't really know that. We don't really feel that. So when the Lord is inside us, all of a sudden we have love, devotion. Therefore, we can appreciate these conceptions. We can, oh, wow, I see God. There he is in that conception, that perfect conception. Oh, let me give God to others. Let me give that perfect conception as it is to others. Why do you think Bhagavad Gita is as it is? Why that is in the title? Did Prabhupada say, just give the title Bhagavad Gita? No, it's a Bhagavad Gita as it is. This preaching is Bhagavad Gita as it is, and it goes even further than that. See, Bhagavad Gita as it is everything is in Krishna, but Krishna is not in anything. See, this is Bhagavad Gita as it is and deeper. Now, where are you going to get something like that? By me in my unmanifested form, this entire universe is pervaded. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. Can you imagine? I'm on the liberated path of be here now. Let's see, I'm here now. I feel the wind on my face. I see the wall. I see the spots on the wall. Is that seeing Krishna? Yes and no. No, you don't really understand what you're seeing. See, it's only to those who worship Krishna with loving ecstasy. I give them the eyes to understand me. I give them real understanding. Oh, Krishna, you're the spot on the wall. Oh, you're the breeze on my face. Oh, that's so lovely. Thank you. Thank you. It's like a communion. You're the breeze, not the spot is on the wall. The breeze is on my face. No, you're on my face. You're in my face, Lord. Everywhere I look, you're blocking my way. You're in my face. Get out of my face. And everywhere I go, he's in my face. Whatever direction I look, he's there. See, that's what you get. So watch out. You don't want Krishna inside you, because if this love of Krishna comes in everywhere, you'll see your beloved, and that's not good. Where are you going to have any privacy? Wherever you go to Krishna, no privacy. Then you go to Carl Schwab, no privacy. You can't get out of this one, huh? So you better choose the one you want to be with, where he's going to see you, you're going to see him, no privacy. So I'm going to take Krishna. It's a better deal. I at least feel happier about it. You're not going to feel happy. Carl Schwab, there's not going to be privacy there, and you're not going to be happy about it. It's a lie. You're not going to own any, you're going to own nothing and be happy. You're going to have no privacy and be happy. No, it's a big lie. But this is the truth, once you look, Krishna's everywhere. But you'll actually want to look at Vrindavan more, because that's more interesting than seeing Krishna in his unmanifested form, Somebody explains each attachment takes them away. Yeah. Govinda, give us a word.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to going out in the forest, and it might snow. The winter wonderland, just me and Krishna and a forest fire. But I'm also going to see Sammy. Sammy phoned me last night. Some of you remember Sammy. Also dialoguing with Tommy's sister. That's nice. I don't know. It's like what you said. Who are we going to hang out with today? What mischief can we get up with? Everything the devotees do is beautiful. Actually, when they've got this, you see the devotion, and their attributes don't phase you. It's part and parcel of them. Actually, you appreciate every devotee's qualities, and that's such a unique Sangha. It's just like growing and growing. It's rippling out there. It must be amazing for you to see, and for Mary Sachi to see how this is just, so many years of empty rooms and not many people coming and staying. No, it's wow.
Yeah, it's amazing, actually. Yeah, it's just it just gets more as it gets more attractive to us, it gets more attractive to the world, and the world they find, wow, because they're looking for happiness. Everybody is. Why wouldn't you want to find, if you find somebody has that's what it's about, value, right? It's about value. How much value can you give to your brothers and sisters?
That's it.
It's value. The thing is, this is why, this will fail. What the Lord is doing with the demons is temporary. They're not creating value for others. They're creating value for themselves. It's called selfishness. That's demoniac. That's where it never works. See? So the Lord uses them indirectly to accomplish something, because the Lord he uses everybody. I mean, we're all, that's our function, is to be used by God. So the more enlightened people know that and want to be, yes, make me an instrument of thy grace, right? St. Francis says. And that's realization. Of course, we're here to be used by the Lord, to be picked up and to be an instrument for the Lord in his will in this world. So this is the supreme will. The Lord wants everybody to be enlightened, because it's ignorance and lack of the essence of knowledge that is destroying people. It's destroying the demons, destroying the demigods, their lack of understanding essential knowledge. And even the Vaidhi Bhaktis, unless you progress, you'll end up going to other paths. You know, or you stay on that mundane path. You know, just how many Brahmins, they're born a family Brahmin and they do the rules and regulations and they die that way. I mean, you want to do that in your Christian consciousness? I've been to, when I was in Delhi, they got these Brahmins from birth and they're doing the rules and regulations, and they set up a worship thing on the street. They have like it's what it ends up being is like a venue, a place to do business. And so then they have the curtain open, and then you go and they used to just, and maybe some still do probably, do worship of the deity there, and then you put money there. But now they got even more technology. So now they push a button, some of these places, and we probably saw that there, Govinda, in Delhi. They push a button, and a band, automatic band, starts worshiping the deity, and they just sit back, collect the money. Or they have it automated now. They don't have to do anything, So, what are they doing here? They're automating everything now. They want the robots to do everything. That's what they're doing now. Everybody is losing their jobs now. They have no need. That's why. Why do you think? I mean, I can't believe people can't believe it. Even one of the devotees in our sangha still doesn't get it. Anyway, what can I say? They're depopulating the world because there's no use for them. The people that are the overlords, and there's somebody over them. There's no use. We've got robots. We don't even need truck drivers. We got automated cars coming in trucks, going to go back and forth. We don't need the diesel. We're going to have electric cars. They go all the way across. Electric trucks even. Everything.
I was watching one the other day. This robot fitting plasterboards. It was so funny. People are going to, it's like watching a robot put up plasterboards. But yeah.
That's where it's going, So
yeah.
So they, and the thing is, it's not pure. This thing is like when things are automated, it's supposed to take the burden off people so they don't have to work, not kill them off because we don't need them. That's very demoniac. That's what's happening here. I don't care. You guys, even in our sangha, don't believe it. You're just out to lunch, man. You're just not very smart. That's all I can say.
Are there still devotees in this sangha who don't believe and can't see Maya Tattva working in 2022? You can't see it.
They can't see it, man.
I mean,
I'm amazed too.
This is great because this is something Prahlad brought up with me. Why don't devotees with Bhakti see Maya Tattva in 2022? Why? How can you not see it?
Yeah. This is why, in the Bhagavatam, it says Kalki's going to come at the end of the Kali Yuga and with his sword and start slashing people. But many of these things are metaphors of how it works. And it looks like things have been sped up because that's happening now. The unwanted population is being, the demons are thinking that you're an unwanted population, you're a useless eater, and they're getting rid of them. And so that the Lord could be working through that to do what he wants, to usher in a new age. His new age, not this new age reflection thing. His new age, and he's so yeah. I mean, and a lot of people say, "Oh no, the Bhagavatam is well, you don't know." Even Jesus said, he said, "The Lord has sped this thing up for the sake of the elect." Can you imagine drawing this thing out for 400 more years, 1,000 more years? How is it going to be? I mean, they're already depopulation. They're already the sperm count for people has went way, I mean, it is less than 30% or something ridiculous, 40% down. People can't, it's harder and harder to procreate. And this is being done, like consciously. They're actually doing this. They have these supercomputers that are ticking all these boxes the way they want. I'm amazed. The Lord shows me. I mean, I see all these boxes tick. I'm just like, oh yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. Everything is related to what they have. If you look on the this WEF thing, you see their program. It's in a circle, and every box is connected to what they're doing, the COVID thing, the lockdowns, and the depopulation, the food shortages, everything is that climate catastrophes. All these things are connected. Yeah, and people still want to say, what are you going to do? But the main thing is whether you agree with me on this, and this is don't be divided by that in this, because the main thing we're teaching, whatever you believe, if you're here and you appreciate bhakti and devotion and this ecstatic relationship, that's the main thing. This other stuff is, I just use it for preaching, higher truth distinguished from illusion. Give us a word, Tom.
Yes, that box is made by material eyes, so it's always insignificant comparing to the transcendental eyes, the real eyes. It can be very sophisticated and very clever, made by artificial intelligence, but it's so small. It's even funny, so small. Hare
What
Krishna.
is it? What's so funny?
That it's hilarious to see that they believe in such a small thing, like that picture of
Oh, the picture.
yeah.
Yeah, it's such a low. It's like a crow mentality. It's and see, this is the problem in the world. If you're not a devotee with real devotion and your heart is being purified, you're corrupted by the opulences. The demons are all corrupted by the leveraging of technology for selfish ends, for their own elite group and everything. Make this like if you watch the Hunger Games society, that's what they're trying to create. It's ridiculous, and it's such a low vibration of a few selfish people controlling. I mean, that's why this is all. God is just using them for some greater end. The Lord, this is His game. I mean, we're all in the Lord, even the demons, the demigods, everything, and we are all controlled and owned by the Lord. Doesn't matter you don't know it or not. The demons just know it less. They're imitating gods and being gods here, but the Lord is using everything for health, true health, true happiness for all, everyone. And everybody's just in their roles. We're in our role. This is a great role. I mean, this is, it's nice to know what you're here to do. And the importance of it. And the value of it. And that we're here to teach the value of this bhakti, man. It's fantastic. Where can you live an empowered life and empower others? These, I mean, if some demons would come here that are doing this stuff, and if you would kind of teach you that you don't have to get rid of what you would consider useless eaters. And, I could see their point of view. There are a lot of people that are in a mode of ignorance, and they just kind of live in, and they just really kind of dark, drinking their, Coca-Cola, really destroying their bodies and all this stuff. And it's actually the Lord's body. So these people thinking, oh, they got no culture and all, let's get rid of them. But actually, this is a better way. Here, these people that whoever comes and if they're educated properly in Krishna consciousness, which actually Prabhupada wanted to do, his thing was a progressive thing, and we're also part of this education process in the deeper way, actually. And when you're educated like this, you go from a useless eater to a very useful member of society and giving what others can't give. That's why this is, you can give what persons that are on a very cultured and very intelligent and everything can't give when you become a devotee of the Lord. And this is very, very important for everyone to get this and become devotees. Otherwise, your life is not perfect. You're in the cycle of birth and death. You're a karmi. You're under the laws of karma. Devotees here, and once you hit the point of ecstatic love, or you're just firmly dedicated to Guru, Krishna, and the Vaishnavas, you're under the protection of Krishna and Krishna's real devotees. It's like Karuna, he says, I ain't gonna go anywhere. This is it. You can try and kick me out there. I ain't going there. Yeah. See, you're under the protection. Even you may be a little bit off or a lot off, but you got the right idea. Don't go anywhere. Stick it out. It'll all work out. Of course.
Hey, that was important what you said, Guru Hari. Don't be divided by these things like what's going on in the world, even if there's a different kind of perspective on it. That's the importance. You share and stay together in the unity of the circle, because that's what the world does, divides. So
Yeah,
that's really important.
Yeah, well, a lot of people, they just don't do the extent of research that I do. I don't know. I just got into it. To me, it's a no-brainer. I mean, people thinking, if you think that thing has any good to it, you're out to lunch, man. There's no good in that. Nothing. Zero. Anybody thinking there's any good to it, you've been listening to the media. And you believe a lot of it's hard to get this conditioning out of us to believe in the authorities that be. That's the Maya. I look for symptoms. I look at it. I can tell who's a hypocrite, who's a liar now, and who's cheating. Yeah. Yeah. I could see how they're doing it, all those things, but not everybody sees like that. The conditioning is very heavy in this world. To me, it's like this is this bhakti. The more you get of it, the more it becomes ineffective. I watch all these movies sometimes, and I look and I say, "Oh, you see what they're doing?" I say, "I don't go under their condition." I say, "Oh, this is why you're saying that. That's why you're doing that. You're brainwashing. You're controlling them. You're putting this idea in, and you want them to act woke and so many things. All in the movies. It's a programming tool for the CIA and whatever else these guys are." And people, they just go and look. Oh, and then they go and they act. And they think, oh, that was my idea. No, it wasn't your idea. Maya's idea. See, that's another reason to come to Krishna, because you get protection from this. Like if I go, for example, I go and watch a movie and they're programming you through the movie because they get you into an alpha state, watching, right? An alpha state. And they hypnotize you with the program. They put inserting the program. See, now you come out of that, and then you just act woke, or you become a Black Lives Matter, or I hate Trump. There's a lot of that message. I hate Trump. This is a good one. And then you just start acting, and you think that was your idea. And then, because I see these people go and do interviews. What do you think of Trump now? Just this immediate, and they support Biden. You know, and it's like, really? Guys, right in front of everybody, destroying everything and everybody in his path, which is part of the plan, obviously, because it's happening. But these people are oblivious to it. They just, because the mainstream media, what are they doing? You can, if you watch the news, oh, Biden, he's so wonderful. Oh, you know, he's and they get that, and then they act, even though that's a lie. Right in front of everybody, they're showing how big of fools they are. But that's the Lord's Maya. It's insurmountable. You have to have some higher consciousness, some grace. And then some people have spiritual consciousness to a degree. But they can't get all the way out because they don't know the secret of all secrets. See, that you have to come in line, and then you get fully out of it.
Yeah, I'm just reading this short. It's only a very short verse, but it's about grace. I'll just quickly purport from Prabhupada here. The ladies who were all absorbed in the thoughts and actions of the Lord developed the consciousness of Vedic wisdom by the grace of the Lord. So Prabhupada's talking about that, the verses, absorbed in the thoughts of transcendental qualities of the Lord, who is glorified in select poetry, the ladies on the rooftops of all the houses, Hastinapura. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Grace.
And the reason why they are absorbed in the words of the Lord, that means they like the words, and they like the words because they have real bhakti. Otherwise, you will not really love those words, or love that form, or love that name, or love these behavior, or love these qualities of the Lord. You have to have that love, and that gives that attraction, that absorption. That's why devotees, they become naturally absorbed in the name when they chant, because it's so beautiful. You don't want to blink even in your mind.
like Radharani curses Brahma. Brahma made these stupid eyelids. I miss a blink of Krishna. She's cursing Brahma. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, and that's a metaphor for the mind's meditation on Krishna and Krishna's name and pastimes, because you'll feel like that too. You don't want your mind to blink by going to something else. Like when I'm blowing my nose, sometimes I don't like that either, because it gets me off of that really intense meditation of perceiving the beauty of Krishna's name or pastimes or whatever. It's because it's so connected and so intimate and so all-encompassing, and then you got to do something else. It's a bit of a distraction. Yeah. Okay, you know what? I need to move around. I need to get off my buttocks a little bit here. It's 2 hours. Seems to be about the right nowadays. 2 hours. If you missed anything, because I did start a little bit early today, I felt like it. You can watch the replay, but first watch River. I mean, you probably do one now. I kind of snuck in there before her because I just didn't want to wait any longer. No, you don't want to do it.
I haven't done class today, Maharaj.
You should. Yeah, I know. I kind of snuck in there a little bit fast.
It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah. Well, sometimes I get up so early that I like to kind of come in a little bit, when I'm up, not wait for like 3 hours.
I don't know how you do that. I have to get on usually.
Yeah.
Just get on doing class.
Well, I can. There's never a moment. The day goes by so friggin' fast. There's not a moment that I can not have something interesting to be, to do.
It's true.
Just by time in the evening, it's like, oh, it's time for bed again. Oh, well.
It's like with dialysis. I feel like I'm either dialyzing or I'm not, because it comes around so fast. Yeah.
And then I get up so early because I get up now. 12:30, 1 o'clock every day now. And it's fine. I get enough. I mean, I feel, so I'm ready to go at 12:30, but who else? And I stay up. I usually stay up until, do the class, and then maybe lay down, maybe if I feel like it. But there's energy in this bhakti, man. This devotion is life. It's real life. Prabhupada also was like that. And Bhakti Vinod and Bhakti Sangha, they got up at 12 o'clock. It seems to be for those devotees, you get up at 12 o'clock. I get up at 12, 12:30, 1 o'clock max. Okay, my friends. So we'll take a little break now, and maybe River wants to go on now.
Oh, Maharaj, I need to have some breakfast first, please.
Okay.
Please. Thank you.
Oh, hey, it's up to you.
Hungry.
You decide with Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.